Oh yeah, put the hat on. Put the hat on, it's great. I like that hat.
Welcome to the basic tutorial, champion. I will be guiding you through your paladin's training.
Oh yeah, put the hat on. Put the hat on, it's great.
Now,
I like that
let's
hat.
go over movement. You can move forwards and backwards based on the direction you're looking. You can also move left and...
Hey there! Follow me.
Let's begin combat training. First, let me walk through some information on your screen. You will find your basic tutorial displayed on your screen. I will be guiding you through your health reaches 0. You die.
Oh yeah,
If you avoid combat for a short period of time, let your health will start to regenerate. You can move forward. Your primary weapon is your assault rifle. Based on the direction you're looking. Ying will create one of her illusions for you to shoot. You can also move left
No
and
problem. Follow me.
aim the crosshairs in the middle of the screen over the target. First, then let me walk through some information on your screen. Well done. You will find your basic tutorial more illusions for you to destroy. Your health reaches 0. You die. Note the red outline around the illusion. This means they are enemies. You can move forward. Your primary weapon is your assault rifle. Direction you're looking. Ying will create one of her illusions for you to shoot. You can also move left and aim the crosshairs in the middle of... Excellent. Now, let's go over your abilities. Your first ability allows you to throw a frag grenade. Aim the crosshairs in the middle of your frag grenade to hit all targets in the area. Let me walk through some information on your screen. Well done. You will find your basic tutorial more illusions for you to destroy. Your health reaches 0. You die. Note the red outline around your frag grenade to hit all. Well done. Because they are enemies. You can note that you will have to wait a short time before using that ability again. One of her illusions. Your next ability is Hustle. Aim the crosshairs in the middle. Then activate Hustle to move. Let's go over your abilities. Follow Ying to the next area. Allows you to throw a frag grenade. Aim the crosshairs in the middle of your frag grenade to hit all targets in the area. Your next ability is Iron Sights. Well done. You will hold down Iron Sights to aim down the sight of your weapon. Using Iron Sights is a great way to target enemies from your way to hit all. Well done. Because they are enemies. You can note that you will have to wait a short time before using that ability again. Your next ability is Hustle. Hold down Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Let's go over your abilities. Follow Ying to the next area. Allows you to throw a frag grenade. Aim the crosshairs in the middle of your frag grenade to hit all targets in the area. Your next ability is to aim down the sights of your weapon. Hold down Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice using Iron Sights. Now, let's go over your frag grenade to hit all. Barrage. They are enemies. You can note that your ultimate ability is your most using that ability again and can turn a fight in your favor. You must fully charge your ultimate ability with your weapon even using your abilities. You charge your ultimate by dealing damage to enemy players. When Barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Hold down Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice using Iron Sights. Now, let's go over when Barrage is active. Aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger a blast. Ability is your most using that ability and can turn a fight in your favor. You must fully charge your ultimate ability when Barrage is active. Well done. You charge your next area is dealing damage to enemy players. So we'll need to travel faster. When Barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Hold down Iron Sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice using Iron Sights. Now, let's go over when Barrage is active. Aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger a blast. Ability is your most using that ability and can turn a fight in your favor. You must fully charge your ultimate ability when Barrage is active. Well done. You charge your next area is dealing damage to enemy players. So we'll need to travel faster. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger a blast to aim down the sights of your weapon. Hold down iron sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice using iron sights. Now, let's go. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger a blast. Ability is your most powerful ability and can turn a fight in your favor. You must fully charge aim down ability. When barrage is active, well done. You charge the next area is getting damaged to enemy so we'll need to travel faster. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy and fire to trigger a blast to aim down the sights of your weapon. Hold down iron sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice using iron sights. Now, let's go. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy. When you encounter certain obstacles, head to the objective now. Objectives are marked by a pedestal on the ground. While you are within the area, you make progress towards capturing the objective for your team. Next area is current capture progress is displayed on your screen. Watch out! An enemy is trying to contest the objective. When champions from both teams are on the objective, neither team will gain capture progress. Nice using iron sights. Now, let's go. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy. When you encounter certain obstacles, head to the objective now. Objectives are marked by a pedestal on the ground. While you are within the area, you make progress towards capturing the objective for your team. The next area is current capture progress is displayed on your screen. Watch out! An enemy is trying to contest the objective. When champions from both teams are on the objective, neither team will gain capture progress. Nice using iron sights. Now, let's go. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy. When you encounter barrage, of your weapon. Hold down iron sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice. Watch out! An enemy is trying to contest the objective. When champions from both teams are on the objective, neither team will gain capture progress. Nice using iron sights. Now, let's go. When barrage is active, aim in the direction of an enemy. When you encounter barrage, of your weapon. Hold down iron sights to aim down the sights of your weapon. Nice. Watch out! An enemy is trying to contest the objective. When champions from both teams are on the objective, neither team will gain capture progress.
Pozdrawiam Graczability i co tam słychać u was, panowie?
Great technique to tuck his feet in at the end. Here's the replay. Impressive stuff from Poland. Really good start to this competition. Well, this should be well within this athlete's capabilities. Not too difficult. Well, that performance shows a big improvement, and that's what we expect from this athlete. There's no reason why they can't go on to challenge, but consistency is going to be the key from here. Plenty to think about for this athlete, as the bar level is their next thought process. Need to decide exactly what they can clear. Well, the run-in was great, but the takeoff really left them in big trouble. Look at the celebration! He's smiling, he's delighted. It's a new personal best. Here's the replay. So many options to go for. Good performance there. Let's check on the replay. This athlete could send out a real statement with the next height selection. Well, the takeoff was poor there. I don't know what was wrong with this athlete, but I think they need to have another look at this. Hits the bar and it falls off. Well, the pressure really is on. Needs to produce a jump of a lifetime here. Not necessarily in height, but in the Olympic final, facing elimination, a clearance is what's required. Here's the replay of that. Well, the bar's height is exactly what's the focus of this athlete's mind right now. This is a tough call. Goes clear there, that was a good jump, no problems whatsoever. Let's take a check on the replay. How ambitious is he going to be with this attempt? Looking for a solid effort here. Didn't give himself a chance at all of crossing there. Attempt number 2. That's a good height to go clear this one, and no problems in doing so. Let's have another look at the scoreboard then, and it is ever so tight at the top. Well, that's a good performance. Here's the replay. The athletes decided to step out a little here. Not the easiest route, but not the hardest. This will definitely send signs to the other competitors. Here we go, attempt number 2. Ultimately a failure, but not far away from getting this absolutely right. Nice approach into the bar. Contact with the bar and it will fall. Everybody expected a place on the podium for this athlete. A superb result. Gold for Great Britain. A real sense of accomplishment for Romania, who finished second in this event and take home silver. And Team USA take the final place on the podium. That's third. The crowd pumped up for this one then, the final of the men's high jump. Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. We'll get an idea to this athlete's ambition with what height they choose in round number 1. That's a good first round. That's not a bad place to start. Well, let's have a look at the replay. It's going to come down to which athletes prepared the best for these games. Well, this is going to be a test for this athlete. Needs to go clear on this and needs to have good technique to do it. Started well here. Here's the replay. Well, let's take a check on the results at the end of round 1. Round number 2 then. How does the approach change here? Well, not bad. Well, let's have another look at that performance. Good technique. Absolutely rock solid technique. Here we go then. Needs to just go for it here. Well, look at the delight on the face. Understandably so, a new personal best. Well, you've got to understand that this athlete's in a real quandary, having not been able to clear the bar at some far easier heights. What exactly do they do here? I think he likes that. Let's take another look at this. Brilliant! Well, the bar's height is exactly what's the focus of this athlete's mind right now. This is a tough call. Contact with the bar and it will fall. Well, here's the next effort. Didn't give himself a chance at all of crossing there. Rhythmic approach, this. Ultimately a failure, but not far away from getting this absolutely right. Let's have a look at the scoreboard then after 3 rounds. Well, this performance has been a bit of a struggle so far, and it's been a real fight to get to this point. But what level does this athlete set the bar now? Well, he took off too early there, nowhere near the standard. Hits the bar and it falls off. Well, this is the final attempt at this height. Pressure's on. Well, that won't be any good, I'm afraid. A stutter in the run-up will have cost this athlete. No chance of going clear when you hit the bar that hard. But it's not to be, I'm afraid. And it's Olympic gold for Great Britain. In second, silver for Romania, and a bronze medal performance for the USA, who finish in third. Welcome to this beautiful Olympic stadium built specifically for these games. This really is the jewel of the crown. Absolutely sold out. What a venue this is. Well, that round. Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium for the discus. This is the Olympic Stadium, one of the most... Welcome to the Olympic Stadium, 80,000 people on... This is the Olympic Stadium in London's East End. Some terrific views over the city, but now it's time for the next event to take place. 80,000 here and they're all watching. Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. It's all going to come down to this, the delivery. Well, this one looks good. It's towards 60 metres. Well, I think we're looking at a new Olympic champion here. A circle 2.5 metres in diameter. Well, that's an excellent throw. Well, here's a summary after the first attempt. Second attempt. Can he beat his previous best?
Foul.
Well, that's a foul, and I'm afraid to say it's back to the drawing board after that last attempt. Here we go again then. Well, that attempt's going to count for nothing, I'm afraid to say. It's a foul. Well, that was impressive stuff in round number 2. Crowd really starting to enjoy this. It's a great spectacle at the London 2012 Olympics. Well, let's see what they measure this one at, but that's a decent throw. This is round number 3, and this competition is getting steadily harder. Won't trouble the leaderboard with that. Foul throw. Well, after that round, this athlete, much to the crowd's delight, is in the lead. Well, that's a good throw for Sweden. This is all about the speed across the circle before exploding to release from that right hand. Well, that throw won't count, I'm afraid to say. There's a foul, and that's evident.
Next up, the competitor representing Sweden.
Needs good technique to spin round in that circle before exploding into life and releasing the discus into the London air. Great speed across the circle, and then great rotations on the discus as now it spins out. It's another great big throw. Wind just at his back. The spin in the circle, then uncoils well. But I think his toe maybe just touched the edge there. And that's a foul throw. That should be measured at over 50 metres. Last chance saloon, 6th and final attempt. Uncoils now. Well, that's going to go out, and it's going to be long, this one, very long. Oh, that's massive! Absolutely massive! A huge new personal best. Well, they say that practice makes... Well, some people think that concrete and steel structures are ugly, but how can you feel that about this place? 80,000 people jammed in here for the next event. It's a terrific atmosphere, and this really should bring the best out of these athletes. So focused in this performance. Well, here we go. This athlete's one of the favourites in this competition. Not brilliant, really, from this athlete, but at least they're on the board.
Brazil with a distance of 8.1.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and good news for Germany, who are in first place. Well, here we are in the second round. In excess of 16 metres, that last effort.
Germany with a distance of 16.
Here we go then, round two. Well, a personal best, what a performance, and the crowd respond, what a celebration.
Representing Germany.
Well, the third attempt about to commence. As that one lands, it's over 16 metres.
Germany with a distance of 17.
Well, here we go in the next round of the men's shot put. All the technique is good here, but perhaps just not got quite enough power to get it up there with the leaders.
From Germany.
The nerves have gone now. Again, that's another good angle. What a powerful release. And that's why that's a terrific shot. Just the raw power of this athlete will get that shot out there and very much keep them in the hunt for a medal.
Next, the athlete from Brazil.
Here we go with round number 4. This looks good. And look at that celebration. Well, quite rightly, this athlete is in the form of their life. Well, laying down the gauntlet to those around them. That's another terrific effort from this athlete. Not quite perfection, but not far off. Well, that's not bad, but it's not great either. It's Germany out in front. A good performance here. And the others just struggling to keep up with the pace that Germany are setting. Oh, well, that's great extension. Well, we'll get the official ruling on this one, but that's another massive throw. Sixth and final round then for this athlete. Well, that's massive. Terrific throw and a new personal best. The victor, a tremendous performance. Look at the emotion. Jumping up and down for joy, and quite rightly so. Oh, that's terrific. Let's have a look at the replay. A magnificent throw. The approach, brilliant. The release point, great. And then it just came down to the distance. Fantastic. Third place and a bronze medal for Great Britain. Well done. Time now for a quick look at who... Well, this stadium looks splendid. This is the finals of the long jump, and this crowd has been waiting for this event to start for quite some time. The athletes going through their final preparations, and this is the field of competitors. So much talent in there, and it really could be any one of 8.
Germany with
Well, this athlete thoroughly enjoying the celebrations, and no reason not to. A new personal best at the Olympic Games. Well, there's no reason why this athlete isn't considering themselves one of the real medal contenders here. Well, jumped up rather than long, and that cost in the end in the final distance. Here we are in round 2.
Foul.
All that effort will count for nothing. This will be a red flag, just overstepping. This is the second round. Well, this athlete is at their best, their very best, because they've just completed a new personal best. Congratulations to them on that. What a performance. Great stuff so far. Let's take a check on the scoreboard. First place, a stunning start to this competition, really laying down the benchmark for everyone else to follow. To make the most of a jump, you have to have height as well as distance. Great power on the runway, then good elevation, full stretch through the bicycle, and then sits nicely down. Does well there. Anytime you jump up rather than long, it takes away distance, and that was the problem here. Hits that absolutely bang on, and the crowd like it. Should be no nerves now in round number 4.
Foul.
Has he got his footing right? Well, once again, he's overstrided there. Just a smooth athlete on the runway. Good stuff, very good stuff. Good bounce off the boards, and that's another terrific jump. Perfect on takeoff. Good hitch kick in the air, and then the landing was terrific as well. Well, here's the scoreboard at the end of that round, and it shows first place. Well, that's a great performance from this athlete, a new Olympic record. That just shows how well they've been able to get themselves in shape. Sprinting towards that board with great pace. Gets it right as well. That's another great jump.
Next up, the competitor representing Belgium.
Great speed on the runway. Can he follow it up with good technique? Very impressive stuff, that. Let's take a check on the replay. Well, let's look at the scoreboard, and Germany are looking good. They're in first place. That pleases the crowd. Terrific technique on the runway, then leaps high into the air. Good lunge as well. Nice landing. Really good technique through that, and I can see the smile on his face. Here is the replay. Welcome along to the Olympic Stadium, the jewel in the crown of the Olympic Park. This is the place where these athletes will take the next step on their Olympic dream. Well, that's excellent. A grade A performance.
Next, the athlete from Belgium.
This athlete's had a great build-up to the games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here.
Foul.
That attempt isn't going to count. Oversteps the board and into the putty. Germany's performance so far has been impeccable, barely put a foot wrong. And now the lead on the scoreboard just emphasises that.
Foul.
Oversteps the board, and that's going to be a red flag. Doesn't matter how far you jump, if you can't hit the board cleanly, then you've got no chance. Well, he likes that. That's a good performance. That's got to be close to his personal best. Here's the replay of that. Things going well for Germany here as we look at the scoreboard. They're in first place.
Next, the athlete from Germany.
Round number 3. Well, that's a good jump. Let's take a look at that replay. Third attempt now. That's good. That's really good. This is excellent.
Foul.
Well, this will be a no jump. I'm afraid to say there'll be a red flag, and that's frustrating. Well, this is good stuff from Germany, who are in first position halfway through. This is another pleasing performance, so elegant. Legs launched out in front before landing in the sand. Does well not to lean back. It's really good technique. Perfect off the board. That's a huge jump. That's really big. Great power on the runway then. Good elevation, full stretch through the bicycle, and then sits nicely down. Does well there. Superb performance. That'll boost his position. Here's the replay. Round number 5.
Foul.
Well, I think he got everything wrong in the run-up there. The red flag shows, and that means a no jump. 6 rounds then. And one of these athletes will be crowned the champion. That's an amazing performance. The crowd responding. He's just set a new world record. Well, let's have another look at that performance. Good technique. Absolutely rock-solid technique.
Next up, the competitor representing Belgium.
Well, this is the final attempt for this athlete. Well, that's going to be a red flag. He overstepped on that effort. Well, what a performance. What a great performance and celebration, to be fair. This athlete deserves everything they get. And there's nothing better Welcome back then for the final of the men's long jump. This really is a tight competition. It was nip and tuck in the qualifying rounds. Who's going to take home Olympic gold?
Foul.
Well, there's a reason for that, and it's a red flag. I'm afraid that will be a no jump. A little mistake in the run-up has cost this athlete dear. Well, he struggled to get up to speed on the runway and really lost momentum. Well, let's have another look at that. Not quite enough speed on the runway. Not a bad takeoff. And an all right landing. That was okay. Well, the crowd definitely up for this event. Round 2.
Foul.
Well, looks like a foul to me. We await to see what the judge says. Well, that'll be a foul as he sprints through the board and into the pit. So after that round, 6th place is what this athlete's looking at. It's not ideal, but at least it's 2 places above the bottom. Too much height in the jump takes away momentum and takes away centimetres. Well, where do you want to start with this jump as we take a look at the replay? I think everything from the start to the middle to the end, all wrong.
Next, the athlete from Belgium.
Just a smooth athlete on the runway.
Foul.
Well, that's not a good attempt. In fact, it's a foul. Halfway through, and Germany are in 7th place.
Next up, the competitor representing Germany.